Yeah, I
Even
had to
like the
get
little
disgusted with
funky
that part.
background initially, you had the little like you've been playing around with it. You having
Yeah,
fun?
yeah, I did the virtual joint because I thought
Yeah.
if we're talking about wellness and that type of stuff, it could
Okay.
just, have like a relax. Let me switch that now. Let me
Okay.
get that in there.
Get that in there.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah, okay,
I like that. I like that for a background. I like that for a
yeah.
background. That's
See,
dope.
I'm a country boy and all, so I need a little outside. They got one with some grass and stuff, but I don't like that one.
Right, right. I got you. I got you. I got you.
All right, so I'm chilling on the beach. All
Yeah,
right.
man. How are you and the tribe making out during this pandemic that's going on, man? You guys are educators and in the classroom for the most part, and now you're transitioning to being homeschoolers. But you guys were already kind of ahead of the curve when it came to teaching your children at home already. But to be able
You
to,
answering the question you asking.
now you said what? You said I'm answering my own question.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. It's been very odd
Right.
because like I think I saw my oldest daughter. I think I saw her more when we were going back and forth to school. Yeah,
Mm,
it's like now we in the house and she's a stranger. I don't know where she is. Like
wow.
90% of the day. Same thing with the other ones for the most part. I might get the youngest one run up underneath me every
Okay.
now and then. And hear somebody bothering me now. I don't know who this is. After I just told him I was doing this. Let me uh let me do this. Hold on. Hold
You
on.
want to do the video pause?
Yes.
Um, you know how to
Hey, baby.
or that's like too big for the thing it's supposed to be in?
What are
Hiya,
you
baby.
talking about? Dang.
Cause
I'm saying hiya, baby. You got to say hi back.
hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a scene from Into the
All
Spider-Verse.
right. So,
Wait, Dad,
wellness.
do you know how to?
First thing is alone time. Everybody needs a little bit of alone time. So, you gotta have that.
Alone time is necessary during this time.
Let me try.
However,
Hold on. Let me try and act like she not here by choosing my virtual background again. Oh yeah. Oh no, she's here. She showed up on the beach. How'd you get out here? You
look,
got
there
you
she
got
just
money
popped
for a
in the
ticket?
joint. She just popped in the joint. I
Get
love
off
it. Come
my
on,
beach!
baby.
Ah!
I
Get
love
off
it.
my beach.
I love it. I love
I
it.
have a question.
Yes.
Do you know how to fix a drawer that is too big for the frame it's in? Like, if you push it down one side, it'll never be like even,
It
so it
sounds.
goes in the square.
Is your drawer off the little railing thing? It's not.
No, it's on the railing. It's just it won't. I can't close the
You see,
doors.
I'm doing. I am recording this and talking to my friend right now. Who's doing this little discussion.
But do you know how?
No.
And do we have a saw?
No.
Do we have a
Definitely no.
song?
Definitely
Do we
no.
have a song? Hold on. I wish I was recording that, yo.
I am, unfortunately.
I,
Um,
do we have a song?
Do you have a saw? It's just like a normal. Yeah. So that's what quarantine's doing to me.
Right, right, right,
Like it's no break if I got kids in the house with me.
right, right.
But no, it's actually been nice. We're trying to make efforts now to like uh, get up with them and like watch something together. Have a
Okay,
little discussion, make dinner or make something together.
okay, okay. That's
So
dope.
we're
That's
trying. Yeah, the lack of regularity or whatever with schedule. That's
Mhm.
what's killing them because it's like they'll just wake up and they'll turn on an iPad or call her up on a phone or something like
Mhm.
that for the whole day if you let them. And they'll
All
just
right,
run out to
cool.
use the bathroom and grab something to eat or sit down there till they starve and then be like, it's dark outside. I ain't eat. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, I gave you lunch. We usually provide at least 2 meals a day.
At least two a day.
At
Yo,
least
I'm
two.
mad you said it like that.
Right, right, right. We've given up on breakfast because these suckers will sleep all through the morning. So every now and then, me'll make a breakfast, but
Okay,
uh,
okay.
yeah, we try to have like a little something, like a lunch, good dinner, right? Breakfast, you're responsible for yourself. We got cereal, we got oatmeal, we got whatever. Y'all can make those things, practice some independence, you know.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It definitely teaches them independence. So I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But look, I'm here with you, man. Y'all, this is Teron Harris. Uh, tell everyone what it is you do.
I'm a I wear a bunch of different hats, but I am a social worker. I am a community advocate. I am a pusher of health and wellness. I'm also a member of Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, right? So, but really, I'm dedicated to ensuring that the community is informed about the importance of health and wellness and what that looks like for us as a what we call a underserved or neglected community at times. So we are dealing with what we are calling a pandemic and a crisis, and it's having a large impact on our particular community. And a lot of that is because we are not kind of on top of our health as we could be or should be. And that's not to point fingers or blame anybody. I think it just speaks to the institutional racism that kind of exists within America, that usually the poorest people have the kind of worst conditions. And I think that this situation is exposing us. But I want to speak to more of what we can do to combat it, because we already know what the challenges are, and what can we do to combat it and kind of navigate through that while we are still trying to all exist and adjust to what's going on with this situation, as far as having curfew, some people not being able to go into work. So not only are we talking about people being impacted with their physical health, but mental health as well, because if you lose your job, I mean, and you were already dealing with anxiety or something like that, this could trigger that and exacerbate it to where you may go off the deep edge. So we want to make sure that folks are being aware and knowledgeable about different things that we can do to kind of navigate through this whole thing that all of us are dealing with in different stages or kind of ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's one thing that I'm gaining out of this is that it's a commonality that we all can tap into,
Right.
you know, because this is something that everyone is experiencing.
Yeah.
Uh, as far as like tips you would give for people who are some of my students, some of my
Okay.
friends, family, whatever, who might hear this, what would you
Yeah.
tell them to do during this quarantine time?
So yeah. So I basically took some notes.
I see you with your phone lit up in your glasses. It's like,
Oh
right.
yeah. So that's where my notes are, in my phone, because we're living in a technology era. So um I a couple of things I wanted to kind of talk about real quick, for just traditional, when we talk about health and the foods that we consume and different things like that. So during this time, it would be good time for folks to take advantage of the different communities activities that are providing food, and a lot of times that food is fresh produce. So I recommend that folks just really try to consume natural foods, because a lot of the natural foods have the medicine and the things in it that we need in order to be healthy, especially in the time of now. A lot of the foods that we traditionally buy in the store are usually processed and don't necessarily have those natural ingredients that provide us with vitality and different things that we need for our bodies to be healthy. So I definitely encourage folks to take advantage of that, or when you are going to the market, making sure that you are buying more fresh fruits. I'm encouraging folks that have the ability and the space to be able to, start your own personal maybe garden, a little small bed garden, a small, you
Mhm.
can do something real small just to get
Shout out
started,
to
because
Deron Chavis in Richmond, right? The community garden. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So these are the type of things that folks, that I encourage folks to, think about and be aware of during this time. That these are some of the things that, we can do. Like certain things you don't necessarily need a lot of income or capital to be able to get started. So being able to grow your own food, and if you can't grow your own food, make sure that when you are able to get to the market, make sure that you're consuming some fresh foods. Live food is what we call it, is because it's live and it gives us life. So we want to be mindful of that. And even with our fruits and different things like that, we if we know nothing else, we know that food has an impact on how we feel sometimes. Sometimes if I'm, not necessarily being healthy and eating some fried chicken or eating some mac and cheese and eating some yams, after I eat that, I feel
Sounds
great
healthy to me.
and I feel very comfortable. But on the flip side, if I eat a smoothie with some ginger and some spinach and some banana and some things that are going to give me nutrients and put
Right.
in my
Call those
body,
things out. Not everybody knows those things. Make
say
those
that again.
assumptions. Call out the ingredients because people don't know those things. Like how do
Okay,
you
yeah.
make a smoothie?
So
Maybe we could do like a little thing, have a graphic come up and be like, here's a recipe from Toronto.
so yeah, on the next episode, we're gonna do a food or a cooking preparation piece, and I'll kind of walk you through the steps that I prepare my smoothies and my different drinks and different things that I try to consume just on a regular basis, whether or not we're talking about it being a pandemic or not. These are
Mhm.
foods and different things that we should be consuming on a regular basis just to maximize and get the best out of our particular bodies and how our bodies are made as African and Black people. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about is encourage folks to consume more fruits and vegetables versus processed foods during this time. I'm not trying to push anybody to vegan because I still eat
You have to
traditional
push real
foods
hard.
time.
Yeah.
Say that again.
You're gonna have to push real hard.
Right, right, right. So
I'm fighting you. I'm be like, no, get off me.
this guy right here. But seriously, we have to be mindful of making sure that we are doing what we need to do to strengthen our immune systems, and a lot of that comes with the foods that we consume. So I want to folks to
Right.
be mindful.
I'm part-time vegan and all, because my wife, she cooks everything and I just eat it. So
Yeah, I get you. I
usually
get you.
most meat I get, I just go get it on my own.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It limits the amount I take.
Say that again.
It limits the amount that I eat.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. And next, I want to talk about during this, pandemic, quote unquote lockdown space is to be able to make sure that we're taking care of our mental health. Like, just be able to speak to the fact that if you're not feeling okay about this whole situation, it's okay to be like that. Like, it's okay to have some heightened anxiety and all these different emotions that come with what's going on because it's natural. We are human beings. We're supposed to have those emotions. So I think a lot of
That'd be
times,
odd if you didn't feel something.
yeah, it'd be odd if you didn't feel that way. But I think sometimes in our particular community, we tend to run from that,
Yeah, we
and
bottle it up.
maybe we might put that into a vice or put that into something that may not be as beneficial to us. So I'm
Right. Too much drinking, too much smoking,
yeah, too much of anything is not
too
good.
much
It's all about
TV. That's the main drug that's been
TV.
killing.
Please talk
I don't
about
watch
that
everything
television.
on Netflix. It runs out. It's just a flag at the end. You watch everything on Netflix. It's just a flag and somebody
Wow.
just pointing at you, crying just
That
like,
is hilarious.
why did we? How did we get here? That's what
That
it's.
is hilarious.
You've seen everything.
That is hilarious, yo. I
Yeah.
cannot.